Good morning, students. Today we will start the introduction to C++ for 11th standard. Okay. So let's start the C++. So what is the introduction of CPP? Yes, there is Bazarne Stotsuk at the Bell Lab initially developed the C++ during the early in 1980s. 1980 मध्ये काय केलं बजारने स्टोट्सकनी त्याच्या बेल लॅब मध्ये C++ इनिशियली जे स्टार्टिंग त्यांनी केलं ते 1980 मध्ये केलं होतं. It was designed to support the features of C, such as efficiency and low-level support for the system-level coding. Then, adding to this were features such as classes with inheritance and virtual functions, and derived from the Simula 67 language and operator overloading. There was a language Simula 67. From this starts the classes and inheritance and virtual functions and operator overloading. Operator overloading derived from Algol 68. This is also language. Then C++ is the best described as a superset of C. C++ ला आपण काय म्हणणार आहे C लँग्वेजचा सुपरसेट म्हणणार आहे का तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे की C चे जे फंक्शन्स आहेत ते C++ मध्ये आपण काय केले त्याच्यामध्ये थोडंसं ऍडिशन करून ते अजून वाढवलेले आहेत. काही कन्सेप्ट त्याच असतील किंवा काही कन्सेप्ट ज्या C च्या आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये थोडंसं इम्प्लिमेंटेशन आहे त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो C++. So C++ programs are fast and efficient qualities which help the make C++ an extremely popular programming language. Then why use C++? There is C++ is one of the world's most popular programming language. C++ can be found in today's operating systems, graphical user interface, and embedded systems. C++ is an object-oriented programming language which gives a clear structure to programs and allows to code to be reused. There is a lowering development cost. The C++ is portable and can be used to develop applications that can be adapted to multiple platforms. C++ is fun and easy to learn. As C++ is close to C# and Java, it makes it easy for programmers to switch to C++ and vice versa. Then to start using C++, you need two things. First is what? A text editor like Notepad or to write a C++ code, and a compiler. Compiler means like GCC to translate the C++ code into a language that the computer will understand. There are many text editors and compilers to choose from. In this tutorial, we will use an IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. Then C++ syntax. What is the syntax of C++ language? So there is a simple syntax for using C++. We can make various and very lengthy program from C++. So let's break up the following code to understand it better. First line is what? #include IOStream. #include IOStream is the header file for the C++ language. IOStream means input output ची जी हेडर फाईल असती ती आपण इथं काय करतोय डिक्लेअर करतोय जेणेकरून आपल्याला काय होईल की त्याच्या हेडर फाईल मधून काही फंक्शन्स जे असतील तर ते सोपं जाईल. Then using the namespace standard. Then integer main. Integer main is the main function where we can write the our output or our main functions is given there. So here see out hello world, return 0, curly bracket complete. There is end the syntax. So what is the explanation from this syntax? Line number 1. What is the line number 1? Hash include iostream is a header file, that is the library file that lets us the work with input and output objects such as cout used in line number 5. That is the header file add functionality to C++ program. Then line number 2 is what? Using namespace standard. Means what? Means that we can use names for object and variables from the standard library. Then line number 3, a blank line. C++ ignores the white space. Then line number 4, another thing that always appears in a C++ program is integer main. This is called a function. Any code inside its curly brackets will be the executed. Then line number 5, cout, pronunciation is what? Cout is an object used together with the insertion operator to output the print text. In our example, it will output is what? Hello world. Then notice what? Every C++ statements ends with a semicolon. It is very important. Every C++ statements ends with a semicolon. Then next note is what? The body of integer main could also be written as integer main सर्कल ब्रॅकेट आपलं आणि त्याच्यानंतर काय आहे की कर्ली ब्रॅकेट कंपल्सरी येतं. इंटीजर मेनचं जे हे ब्रॅकेट आहे ते कंपल्सरी असतं आणि जे कर्ली ब्रॅकेट आहे त्याच्यामध्ये आपण काय करतो, जे आउटपुट लिहितो त्या कर्ली ब्रॅकेट मध्ये लिहितो. कर्ली ब्रॅकेट सी आउट hello world semicolon return 0 semicolon. After that close the curly bracket. Remember, the compiler ignores the white space. However, multiple lines makes the code more readable. Then line number 6 is what? Return 0 ends the main function. Then line number 7, do not forget to add the closing curly brackets and to actually end the main function. Clear the point? Then C++ output. Output means what? Print text. How we printing the text in C++? There is the cout object together with the extraction operator is used to output values or printing text. So suppose here hash include iostream.h using namespace standard integer main in curly bracket there is cout hello world return 0. Then our output is what? Cout hello world. There is output in C++. Then again, for example, hash include iostream using namespace standard integer main cout hello world cout I am learning C++. There is nothing /n or endl function. So these both output comes in one single line, because there is no given the /n or and l means what? Starts with the next line or end for this line. Okay. So this both output comes in a one single line. Then new line. New line, how we start the new line? To insert a new line, you can use the /n character. For example, see here, hash include iostream.h using namespace standard, integer main, in curly bracket, see out, hello world, exclamatory sentence, /n, semicolon, then again, see out, I am learning C++, return 0. Then our output is what? Hello world, this is the first line, and second line, I am learning C++. So here /n means starts with the new line. Then note, 2/n characters after each other will create a blank line. Suppose here once /n given, then here output is what? Hello world, this is first line. After that a blank line is there and next line is I am learning C++. So 2/n means what? Create a blank line. Remember this point. Then another way to insert a new line is with the end L manipulator. End L means what? End the line or break the line. So see the example, hash include iostream.h using namespace standard, integer main, in curly bracket, there is C out, hello world, end L, C out, I am learning C++, return 0, output is what? Hello world, this is the first line, and I am learning C++ is the second line, because here end L is given. So both /n and end L are used to break lines. However, /n is used to more often and is the preferred way. Then C++ comments. How to give a comments on a C++ program. Comments can be used to explain C++ code and to make it more readable. It can also be used to prevent execution when testing alternative code. Comments can be single line or multi-line. Then single line comment starts with the two forward slashes. Any text between two forward slashes and end of the line is ignored by the compiler, will not be executed. This example uses a single line comment before a line of code. So here is hash include iostream using namespace standard, integer main. This is a comment. Then C out hello world, return 0. So output is what? Hello world. This is what? Comment. Okay. So how we add the multi-line comments? Multi-line comment starts with what? /* and ends with what? // Full stop. Any text between */ and /* and */ will be ignored by the what? Compiler. And for example, see here. Here is what? In the main function, We are giving what? Multi-line comments. For the code below will print the hello world to the screen, and it's amazing. This is what multi-line comment. Okay. And then our output is given hello world. Notice what? It is up to you which you want to use. Normally, we use double slash for short comments and multi-line comments for longer purpose. Clear everyone? Yes guys. कुछ समझ में आता है? नील, पूर्वा, yes, ऋतुजा अपटे, then C++ variables. Variables are containers for storing data values. Yes, what is the variable? Variables are the containers for storing the data values. In C++, there are different types of variables defined with the different keywords. For example, integer, double, character, string, and boolean. So what is the integer? Storing the integer, that is whole numbers without decimal points, such like 1, 2, up to 100, up to 1000, anyone. Also, we having minus values, but without decimal points, called as what? Integer. Then double. Double means what? Storing the floating point numbers with decimals such as 19.99 or 19 minus 19.99. Then character. Character is what? Storing a single character such like small a, capital B, small z, capital Z, like that. Character values are surrounded by a single quote, not a double quote. There is a single quote for using character. Then string. String is also used in double quote. Stores a text format such like hello world, your name, your surname, your papa's name, your mama's name, like that. So string value are surrounded by what? Double quote, and character value is in single quote. Then bool. Bool means boolean. It stores the value which two states there is true or false. Clear the variables and type of variables. Okay. So next point, declaring or creating a variables. Then how we declare a variables in C++ program. To create a variable, you must specify the type and assign it a value. So syntax is what? Type variable is equal to value. There is a also semicolon. It is a compulsory. Then where type is one of the C++ types such as integer, and variable is the name of the variables such as x or my name. The equal sign is used to assign value to the variable. To create a variable that should store a number, look at the following example. Example is what? Create a variable called mynum of type integer and assign it the value of 15. So here is the example. Hash include iostream using namespace standard. Then integer main function in curly bracket, integer mynum equal to 15. Cout mynum and return 0 curly bracket complete. Then our output is what? 15, because here is printing text is what? My num, and here is my num value is what? 15. So our output is what? 15. You can also declare a variable without assigning the value and assign the value later. Hash include IOStream using namespace standard, integer main, integer my num equal to 15, then C out my num, return 0, curly bracket complete, output is what? 15. Here, second example, see here, hash include IOStream using namespace standard, integer main, in curly bracket, integer my num equal to 15. Now my num ची value काय आहे इथं 15 and again my num equal to 10. Now my num is equal to 10. So see out my num. So there is output is what? My num. But my num ची first value काय घेणार compiler? 10 because here output is 10. Then display the variables. So how we display the variables? The cout object is used together with the extraction operator to display the variables and to combine both text and a variable, separate them with the operator, extraction operator. So there is an example, hash include IOStream using namespace standard, integer main, in curly bracket, integer my age equal to 35, C out, I am my age, years old. There is a one single sentence but separated by what? Extraction operator. Because here we using what? Variable. So output is what? I am. My age value काय घेणार? 35 years old. This is our output. Then declare many variables. How we declare the many variables in C++? To declare more than one variable of the same type using a comma separated by a list. So hash include IOStream using namespace standard, integer main, in curly bracket, integer x equals to 5, y equals to 6, z equals to 50. So C out x plus y plus z semicolon, return 0, in curly bracket, output 61. So x plus y plus z is what? 5 plus 6 plus 50. There is a 61. Then C++ identifiers. All C++ variables must be identified with the unique names. These unique names are called as what? Identifiers. Identifiers can be short name like X and Y, or it also may be a descriptive names like age, sum, total, like that. Notice what? It is recommended for use the descriptive names in order to create understandable and maintainable code. To see the example, hash include IOStream using namespace standard, integer main, in curly bracket. There is a what? This is what? Yes? Anyone tell me this line is what? Smruti? Good name is what? There is a comment. Okay. Then integer minutes per hour equals to 60 semicolon. Again, there is a comment. Okay, but not so easy to understand what m actually is. So integer m is equal to 60 again. Then there is a blank line. Then C out minutes per hour slash n, C out m semicolon, return 0 semicolon in curly bracket complete. So our output is what? 60 and 60. 60 means m is equals to 16 and again integer minutes per hour is equals to 60. Then the general rules for the constructing names for variables, that is the unique identifiers, are name can contain letters, digits and underscores. Then name must be with a letter or an underscore. Then names are case sensitive like myvar and myvar are different variables. Then next is names cannot contain white space or special character like exclamatory sentence, hash, percentage, etc. And reserved words like C++, keywords such as integer cannot be used as a name. Then constant. Constants mean what? When you do not want other or yourself to override existing variables value, use the constant keyword. This will declare the variables as constant, which mean unchangeable and read only. So hash include IO stream using namespace standard integer main in curly bracket const integer minum equal to 50. Here minum will always be 15. Then minum equal to 10. Here is an error because assignment of read only variable minum. Here is what? minum ची व्हॅल्यू काय दाखवली त्यांनी इथं कॉन्स्टंट. मग ती कॉन्स्टंट काय असणार आहे 15. परत डिक्लेअर काय करतोय minum इक्वल टू 10. सो ह्या लाईनला काय दाखवणार? एरर दाखवणार. सी आउट minum रिटर्न 0. सो here is output minum equal to 15 because here is a constant declaration. You should always declare the variable as constant when you have values that are unlikely to change. There is integer main in curly bracket constant integer minutes per hour equal to 16 constant float pi equals to 3.14 C out minutes per hour slash n C out pi return 0. Then our output is what? Pi. Pi ची व्हॅल्यू काय 3.14 आणि मिनिट्स पर आवर ची व्हॅल्यू 16. ती काय आहे कॉन्स्टंट आहे म्हणून तो काय करणार त्या दोन्ही व्हॅल्यू दाखवणार. Then C++ user input. You have already learned that C out is used to output, that is print value. Now we will use cin to get user input. Cin is a predefined variable that reads data from the keyboard with the extraction operator. In the following example, the user can input a number which is stored in the variable x. Then we print the value of x. We know the cout is pronounced cout used for the output purpose and uses the insertion operator. For using cout, there is a insertion operator, and for using cin, that is for input purpose, there is extraction operator. Cout, there is a insertion operator, and cin, there is a extraction operator. So see here, hash include iostream, integer main in curly bracket, integer x, cout, type a number. It is a comment. Type a name and press enter. Okay. Then cin. X is what? Get user input from the keyboard. Then cout is what? Your number is. Okay, so type a number 52. Enter. Then x ची व्हॅल्यू तो काय घेणार आहे 52. Okay. Then your number is what? 52. ही लाईन अख्खी तो काय करणार आउटपुट म्हणून देणार. ओके. So creating a simple calculator. In this example, the user must input two numbers. Then we print the sum by calculating or adding the two numbers. So see the example, hash include iostream using namespace standard, integer main in curly bracket, integer x comma y, integer sum semicolon, cout, type a number. Cin x. Then cout, there is type another number cin y. Sum is what? X plus y. So cout is what? Sum is sum return 0. So type a number. दोन टाइप करायला लागतील नंबर आपल्याला. मग आपण केला सपोज 56 आणि 63. टाइप अनदर नंबर. फर्स्ट नंबर काय केला 56. टाइप अनदर नंबर इज 63. सो अवर सम इज व्हॉट 119. येते का बघा. येस. So this is the creating simple calculator. Then C++ data types. This point is we have seen in next lecture. Today here we stop and go through this point. Any doubts, please ask me. Okay.